today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting the cab back on. This is like super sketchy putting this cab back on. It never goes smoothly. Steven's in the video. Say hi to Steven. Probably did that then. Yeah, so we're going to try to put that cab on here. We're going to put hockey pucks as spacers just to give us a little bit more clearance at the top of the transmission. The hard part is lining everything up. Maybe I should take this out because that kind of hung me up taking it off. But with Steven here, it's going to be a lot easier to roll this thing around. It's just one bolt. Oh, is it welded? It might be welded.
What is it all for?
Just for this. Look at all the extra metal I put in for the transmission crossmember.
That's fucking sturdy.
Yeah. And then I use the factory 1955 transmission mounts as the bottom of the engine mounts because I thought it would want to lift up. So it's got rubber top and bottom, stops it from going up and down.
The transmission's bigger than the engine.
I know, the transmission is a giant. Well, you know, as long as I fill it with fluid, it should never blow up. I have that problem with blowing up manuals, it's just not putting fluid in them.
Yeah. Maybe just cut it down.
I don't want to cut it down.
Just cut it down, you re-weld it. Just fucking...
Let me just try to
just nip it right there.
Let me just try to undo it. Maybe if I just try to undo it, maybe.
You think that'll reach over there?
Oh yeah, it does. Guys, we have the cab on. We have all the bolts just dropped through. I think this thing's looking amazing. As for fit and fitment, it is looking really good. There is less than ½ an inch between the transmission and the body. Everything is where it's supposed to be, guys. Like this is stupidly working. Steven's looking at our next stuff.
The heck's a turbone. It's not a turbo, it's a turbone.
So that's going to be some of our upcoming videos. I did find this just in the cab. You want to go for a ride?
Oh god.
Flash
sling slasher.
But honestly, guys, this is looking really, really good. It's tall. Like, you might be able to see inside of it.
I'm like 6'2.5".
And we haven't lifted the back end yet, so it's got that Cali lean, but don't worry, we'll be getting rid of that.
Yeah, it'll be even taller.
It's going to be taller because the back end's got to go up.
It needs a brow.
They're extremely hard to come by.
It needs a brow.
So, I'm going to try to show you guys some of the clearances here, but remember, the camera's broken, so it's very shaky, so I'm sorry for the shaky footage. So here we are on the inside, and you guys can see how tight that transmission is. Like, that's less than half an inch. Like, we might have to do a little bit of bending on the floor there, maybe take out some of the reinforcement ribs up there. It looks like we can get away with a little bit of bending around the actual transmission tunnel, but guys, for just test fitting for the first time, this thing is mint. We just drop bolts down for the cab mounts. These are not the actual bolts we're going to use, but they're good enough for now. Let's go take a look at around the back of the engine. On driver's side, passenger side, lots of space for the turbo and the manifold. We're going to be able to get in there and do these bolts like you see Steven doing right there. There, look at, see that air that pops out the top? The stabilizer just stopped working. See how it's all shaky now?
Yeah.
So on driver's side, there is less than 1/4 inch of space. This thing is tight, boys and girls, but it's in there. It's in there. I can't believe how tight this thing is, and I can't believe how well I made this work with just guessing.
I don't think it was guessing.
Well, I was guessing without having the cab on there.
That's true.
That's somewhat guessing. Like, if we have to change that return line...
These are not metric. I am so used to metric.
Nothing on this truck's metric. There's not a single metric...
Well, the engine's not for... What year is the engine from?
Whatever that tug is. Maybe the 80s.
Well, it had a C6. So yeah, it should be metrics.
I don't know. But anyway, this is how it's looking. So make sure you guys come back tomorrow because we have to put our Chinese turbo and Chinese exhaust manifold on this thing. Yeah.